Who are you and what do you play?
Hey, I'm Jacob and I am in The Kid and I am the singer and the guitarist in the band.
Favourite gig experience with The Kid and I?
I think for me the first headline show we did at TAM, where we absolutely like packed it out and there was like 80, 90 people there and like all our friends were there and everybody went crazy. And for me, it was like a main character moment where I sort of felt like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this, it's going to happen, and it's going to be awesome. And that's kind of what I thought.
What specific moment in that show that stands out?
I think the call to response bit when we did our finale song, Cynic, I always like to do like a call and response bit with the audience. So for me, that is like a really nice way to interact with them and sort of, create a good time.
Is that your favourite song to play live?
I think my favourite song to play live would probably be Innovator, because it's just like from the get-go, it's just like straight away. It's amazing. It's really, really fun and just fast, which I like.
What's the hardest song to play live?
The hardest song to play live for me is probably none of them. No, I'd say probably Heartstrings, just because of like harmonies and stuff like that.
What's the craziest, weirdest, funniest story of being in the band so far?
I think the funniest thing that happened for the band for me is just like, it's always like the nights out afterwards, like when we went to Hitchin, after we did our Club 85 gig, like we just got smashed and we were out until like, the early hours of the morning, and like it was just a really nice kind of like brother bonding experience for me, so I really appreciate it. I love that.
Who's the worst member of the band to go on a night out with?
Who's the worst member of the band to go on a night out with? I'd probably say... What are you going to do this to, bro? What are you doing this to? I'd say the one I'm most worried about would probably be Minky Chesvain. It's unpredictable.
What was the experience like recording the EP?
It was wonderful. It really pushed me as like singer, as a guitarist. I felt like, working with Nick, the producer for the EP, he really pushed me and added so much great stuff to it. And for me, it's like, it's a reflection of the last sort of like 6 years of my life and like everything that's kind of happened and like things with like, grief and depression and what it means to be a man growing up, what that means and all that. I just don't know, but I'm trying to work it out. And so it's been a really nice kind of process of self-realization.
Is it an easy process then, the whole writing experience?
So for this EP, in 2021, in December, I got COVID, and it was back when you had 10 days to quarantine, and I basically was in my bedroom for 10 days, and I wrote about 10 songs in 10 days, and I demoed them all, and the songs that are on the EP are from that kind of writing session, basically. Yeah.
And how's that come about with the band then? When did the band come in?
So I usually do is I'll write it, demo it, like with really bad like Logic drums, and then I'll send it to everybody, and basically it's kind of 95% there, and then we kind of, as a band, sort of take it that extra sort of level to completion, basically. And
what have the other members added in that respect, the last 5%?
I'd say they add like the personality. It sounds so wanky, but like do you know what I mean? That when I listen to the songs for the EP now, in comparison to the ones where I did on my own, there's so much more character, there's so much more life for the EP songs, there's so much more like give and pull, and it's all because everybody's like added in like a stop here or a change there, or they've added in a really cool fill or something. So I think for me, like, that's exciting, do you know what I mean? It can also be very frustrating because like it's like, you're working with other people and you're trying to like work on stuff together, but ultimately it's a really rewarding process that I want to keep doing forever.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Playing Wembley.